Hi.
Hello. Sometimes there's this little spinning circle, and it's hard to tell if we're actually live or not.
And we're not sure when it blinks at us.
Right. So, hello. Here we are, like about a minute early for our day 27. Day 27.
27.
Only 3 more days after this.
Will you miss us?
Yeah, really. Will you miss us coming into your inbox or your Facebook feed or however you see us? How do you see us? What happens on your end? That would be nice to
Do we
know.
just kind of pop up in your world like a regular post and you go, oh, there they are. I'm going to go watch.
I don't know. So we are just giving everybody a minute to, everybody, the masses that are coming to watch.
But we know you're not at a soccer game. You could be playing golf, though.
Yes, yes, people are out playing golf again where we live. And we went on a hike the other day. And we had to wear masks when we drove up, and the parking lot that had been closed was open. And it's actually in an area that a lot of the trails are closed because there was a big fire last year, and so a lot of the trails are closed for the recovery of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this one trail that was open, and they have a parking lot, and there was a person, like a park
Volunteer.
ranger person. I don't know if she was a
She had
volunteer.
volunteer on her shirt.
Oh, good power of observation. So she told us that we needed to have a mask on while hiking, and that it was a one-way trail. And so we, started on the direction that was the proper direction.
Going clockwise. We were following the rules.
And within about 5 minutes, the people were coming the opposite direction. So we actually I wore a bandana, and you wore
And
a mask.
I will be doing bandana because taking the elastic on and off when you're walking was.
Yeah.
I dropped on the ground. We passed this lady, and hers flew away. So
Yeah. So when you are going to be outside and really not near each other most of the time, I think a bandana is adequate.
Yeah.
And also more comfortable.
A little kerchief. So it's
you just tie it around your neck, and then you can put it up over your mouth when you're passing someone and pull it down, and it's not like you're touching your face.
And it's a fashion statement.
So, yeah. Okay. So it is actually now after 1. So we will introduce ourselves. My name is Angela.
And I am Anne, aka Mom.
You always say that.
I'd love to say that.
Well, that's good. I like that you like that. Our business is Travel That Matters. We are co-owners of a boutique travel agency. And one of our favorite things about traveling is the connection that it fosters. So we decided to do this 30-day challenge 27 days ago, or 28 days ago, to keep connection alive virtually. And it's given us a great way to have a purpose every day.
So it is really easy to become a couch, don't shower, put on sweats, and
yeah. So this has been really helpful for us, and we hope that you've enjoyed it as well. So say hi to us in the comments if you're here, and we will get into today's challenge, which is to connect with inspiration. And that can be easier said than done, of course. And, when you're feeling inspired, it's like everything seems to flow more easily in life. You're happier, things are more fun.
Yeah, when you're like athletes always talk about being in the zone.
Yeah.
You can tell when you're in the zone.
Yes. So, but then when you're not in an inspired place, it can be really hard. And even just reading an inspirational quote can be super annoying.
Yeah, because like you talked however many days about, don't make me be happy on my birthday, or don't make me do whatever.
Bossy inspirational quotes don't work well for me. So, but there is one that I found today for this purpose that I actually enjoyed, and it's actually from Jimmy Dean, as of Jimmy Dean Sausage, I believe.
And singer.
And then he's an actor and singer before my time. But the quote is, "I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination." And I feel like that's super appropriate for this time that we're in. I also feel like it's super appropriate for travel.
You always adjust your sails.
So I thought that was a good one. But okay, so you want to get inspired, but you don't feel like getting inspired. And you don't want someone to spout inspirational quotes at you. So I actually did a little bit of research and I came up with 5 things that I think would be helpful. So I'm going to share them and then you're going to give some examples.
That's correct.
So the first thing is to ask someone to tell you about something that they love. That's like their favorite thing. And then just watch them light up and just, experience what that is to see somebody get so excited about what they're talking about.
And for Angela, if I ask her to share photos or tell me about how she had this experience with getting the perfect shot, I mean, she's just like completely lit up and passionate. And then either one of us, probably if you don't have a lot of time, don't ask us to share our favorite travel stories because we will go on and on and on because that just, I could
talk for years about travel.
Yeah. Crazy insane how we can light up over that.
Which is why we have this business.
Yes.
So that's number 1. Number 2 is to let go of something in your life that isn't serving you. And it could be something big like a relationship or a job, or it could be something smaller like, well, not even, this is kind of big too, is a pattern of thinking that can be hard to let go of. And then, or even just like clutter in your house, when like that liberation and freedom that you get when you let go of something can then make it much easier to feel inspired.
Well, and I had an example just this morning. I had someone respond to something I posted on Facebook.
I didn't see that.
And it was very benign, but it triggered a pattern of thought. And I got really annoyed. And it was like, okay, here it comes again. I'm not going to let it happen this time. So I, other than bringing it up now, have let it go. And it was like, wow, I don't have to hang on to that. That feels so good.
Yeah. Yay.
Yay. Now, do I do it all the time? But it was great practice because I was like, there it is again.
Good. Number 3, if you find yourself complaining a lot, which I'm sure a lot of us are, try to switch your thinking from being in a more of a victim place to more of an empowered place where you can see new possibilities, that this challenging situation is creating new possibilities that wouldn't have been there before without the shift that's happened.
Yeah, I have found that all of this upheaval and the disruption, I can slip into wham, complaining, oh, victim, this is happening to me. And, it is just so unproductive. So it really is the cliche, little phrase that, you've heard this 1,000 times before is, okay, how do I make lemonade out of lemons? And it kind of helps just to say, there is another side to this. And going down the complaining path really is not going to get you inspired.
Sometimes you have to vent, but that's part of letting it go, I think.
Yeah, I think it feeds.
You can vent, let it go, and then it's gone.
Then it's gone.
And number 4, share yourself vulnerably and authentically with others. It could be in social media. It could be on a blog that you write. It could be in a conversation with a friend or family member or a stranger at the grocery store. I don't know. And sometimes if you give inspiration in that way, it actually makes it easier to receive it too.
Well, I had one thing that I had thought of, and then I'm going to share that little story I shared with you earlier about me at my favorite little grocery store. But it really is one of those things where if you can hear someone have a similar challenge to yourself, it really is reassuring that you're not alone, because we have a tendency to think, I'm the only one who's experiencing this and whatever. So if you are vulnerable and let people know something that's happening in your life, that can really be inspiring that they're not alone. And it was inspirational this morning, just a little tiny thing. I have this little trick with checking out the ripeness of avocados. And because you have to social distance.
Which I thought was like everyone knew.
I don't think, well, maybe they do. We'll find out. We'll have to tell us. And because people wait for you because of the social distancing, I realized that I was not allowing this other woman to come up to get her avocados. And so she said to me, "Well, what are you doing?" And the stem little thing that's at the end, if you pop that off, you check to see the color underneath. And if it's a kind of a nice avocado green, you know that the avocado has not over ripened or is probably never going to ripen. And if it's discolored, then you don't take it. And she was so excited. She picked up this avocado. I mean, it was like kind of going back to number one. I was sharing something with her and listening to her, even though I couldn't see her face. So, and that just made me feel good. She felt good. Just a little trip to the grocery store.
Okay, and number 5, the last one, is let yourself daydream. If you can imagine what you want to experience, and more than imagining it, feel it. This is something that we have been advice that we've been given a lot in the last few years with our business coaches that are also have a lot of mindset advice as well. And so not just thinking and getting, not in your head, but feel what it feels like to have the thing that you desire and have it's already there and you're in it, and just sit in that beautiful emotion of contentment and fulfillment and safety and whatever that it is that you're feeling. And then that's so much easier to feel inspired when you can get into that place.
Well, and this probably is no surprise as we receive information from our travel partners and they're talking about destination. There's one that came across in an email that I read this morning, and I've actually signed up for the webinar because I'm very intrigued about this part of the world, is Malta.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a little bit about it, and I just kind of sat there and was like, oh my gosh, looking out over that beautiful blue water, sipping that glass of Prosecco. And I was there, and it was just like, oh, it feels so good. I want to go. So we will soon, I hope.
So those are the 5 things that I found today that I think would help me. There's tons more. You can Google how to feel inspired and come up with your own that work for you if none of these do. I think the main key is to get out of your head and into your heart, and also not to judge yourself or compare yourself to other people. Sometimes I think when I can get in this weird, like if I see somebody doing something really cool, then I can feel like I'm a loser because I'm not doing that thing.
The opposite of inspiration.
Yeah. So that is my own thing. And I'm sure I'm not alone with that, where, you see all these people doing these great things and what are you doing? And what am I doing? And I'm not doing as much as somebody else. But every single person has a light to shine, and all of our lights are different. Mm-hmm. So the light that I'm shining is maybe I don't even know that something I'm doing or saying is actually inspiring to somebody else because it's just who I am and I don't think about it. But so just let yourself be who you are, and as in from your inspired place, go out into the world and shine your light. Yes, because we need it.
Yes, it's going to be what gets us through and onto the other side as better and more enriched and
then we don't have to wait to the other side. It can be now.
Well, that's true. Present moment.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And using it into the future as we go. Well, yeah. Just keep remembering.
Uh-huh. Okay. So do you guys have any things that work for you to get into an inspired place? Or is one of these things that we shared today helpful to you? We'd love to hear from you. And we will not see you tomorrow live because it's our day off. Mm-hmm. It's day 28. We only have 2 more days after that. And then on Wednesday, we have a special event where we are interviewing an expert on Antarctica. And we'd love to have you join us live then so you can ask him questions in real time.
And they can see the event page on our Facebook.
Yes, the event has been posted on our Facebook page. And there's even a little ad going around, so you might see it there. So, yeah, I think we'll call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking forward to a virtual happy hour with some friends of ours, another mother-daughter team. Well, not team. Well, they're a team.
They're team.
Okay. Mwah.
Have a great
Shine
time.
your light.
See you Monday.
Bye.